wanted to give a walkthrough of my bike. So I'm gonna start at the back here. So I've got a Wolfman pannier set up. These are the smaller ones that I own. On this left side, I've got cold weather gear. I guess not even cold weather gear, comfort gear for town. And so like a long sleeve wool shirt, a short sleeve wool shirt, extra gloves, extra socks, second chamois, underwear to sleep in, shorts for town or hot springs, whatever. So that's all what's going on in there. I also got some zips ties in the bottom of that one. And then on the right, I've got tools. I'll do a whole display of my tools, but just basic tools plus quick steel, plastic tank repair, spare regulator rectifier for the bike, spare fuel pump for the bike, just everything that I could need. And I'll do a full deep dive on that. I got this badass Roost Designs license plate holder. As you can see, my plate's still pretty straight after 1,300 miles or whatever of riding, so that's pretty good. This top bag, I've got my Montbell 30-degree sleeping bag and some warmer gloves, and then another like thin sweatshirt. And then I got my sandals for town there. I got bear spray. On the other side, I had chain lube, but I lost that last night getting geared up in all my warmest layers for my ride until 1 a.m. to get to a camp spot. This strap keeps breaking because it's melting on the exhaust, so that's something I need to figure out. It was good for like the first half of the trip, and then it started doing it, and as you can see, I just keep tying knots in it, and it keeps on trucking. So yeah, I need to figure that out. Yeah, I got some basic guards on the bike. TM designed big skid plate, and some Enduro Hug engine guards. I'll show you the other side, what's going on there. Yeah, I don't know, nothing too exciting. Right before this trip, I bought these X-Trig PDHS mounts, and they have rubber isolators, and that was really nice. It raised the bars up a little bit and also just took some of the shock out of the bars. Rode really well. And then I last minute switched to these like thick flag style hand guards. I usually run big bark busters, but decided again the vibrations wouldn't be great, so I switched to that and it worked out. I got my 2-gallon fuel bladder by Giant Loop sitting up here. It's completely out of the way. I ran it there most of the time unless I had it in use. I've got a 5-gallon rally tank, and then some Enduro engineering radiator guards, and I got some spare parts mounted to them, clutch lever, shift lever, and a 12-tooth sprocket, because I didn't know if I was going to regret going to the 13. I'd ridden some gnarly stuff with the 12 and it worked out well. And then up front, I got some custom work. So day one, I had this brake line below that strap, and the brake line would hit the strap and then it would bow into the wheel, and it cracked this outer casing, but it seemed like it didn't affect the inner casing, but I wasn't sure. So I zip tied and taped my spare brake lever on there, and it seems to have done the trick. It lasted the whole time. I did freak out and overnight a Tusk brake line from Rocky Mountain to Wallace, and just in case if it didn't go well, then I could just at least ride rear brake only on some of the easier trail and roads to get there and swap it. But I didn't end up needing it. I strapped it on here. I guess I'll throw it on when I get home. What else do we got here? Yeah, Baja Designs Squadron Sport headlight, the less bright one, and it was plenty. I was doing plenty of night riding, only really used that, and then used my helmet light on low so I could see my GPS without having to burn the backlight on the GPS. And then yeah, this bag up front has my Marmot tungsten one-person tent, which was awesome to be able to. It rained on me almost every night, just a little bit, but it was nice to have all my gear and all my stuff in there. And then this has another thin like sun shirt layer and sleeping pad. And then I threw this bar bag on last minute too. and I mostly just had the battery or a phone in there or whatever I was charging. I've got this charging set up. For whatever reason, only the USB-C one works. I've got it on a relay. I realized I wired the relay up wrong, and it only works if the headlight's off. I thought I was wiring it up for if the bike was running. I know how to do that now. I just wasn't thinking when I did it. So I mostly just charged during the day, which is probably better. I was really nervous about killing the battery without a kickstart. And yeah, I got a funnel web filter that I've been running and some filter skins. And then under this Enduro engineering guard, you can kind of see, I'll get some more pictures and stuff, but that bolt hangs down super low. That broke, and the head broke off at some point earlier in the trip. So I quick steeled it, and it seems to be holding up well. I had plenty of oil in this tool tube that I rigged up like the night before I was taken off from Colorado, and it held up really well. I'm pretty impressed. I really liked how it worked, and it's got I had a whole oil change worth of oil in there, but now I've just got like I basically have a whole oil change in there still, from just buying crappy Pennzoil in the town to keep topping off my case if I needed to, which I only had to do a couple times. And then I had dot fluid in there, but I moved the dot fluid to my bag because I was out of room in that tool tube. So yeah, that's it.